1, 2, the eclipse is coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. No, seriously, y'all, these eclipses has been on his... And I'm about to break down what's going on astrologically for him right now. Let's rewind real quick back to when his house first got raided. Okay, his mansion. Peep that date. Look at that date. March 25th, 2024. Remember. That's when we had, like, literally right when we had our last lunar eclipse in Libra. Okay. March 24th. It was a huge thing. All the astrologers were like, oh my gosh, on the eclipse. Whoa, this is a big deal. Now things have come full circle. Now, if we're looking at his chart, there's a lot of important things at play here. That last lunar eclipse in Libra that we had back in March, when all that stuff happened, that was like exactly conjunct his Uranus in Libra. That's very significant. Any planets, like when there's a full moon or some type of, astrological event, if it's like exact for one of your planets, especially like one of your outer planets, it can be super, super significant. And especially if it's an eclipse, that means that there's something significant happening for you during that time. So you could always look at your chart, think about different dates, pull up those dates, see what was going on at that time astrologically, put it with your chart, see if there was any correlation, stuff like that. So what's happening in this one, the eclipse in Pisces is exactly opposite of his Pluto. It's at 25 degrees. His Pluto's at 26 degrees. Very significant. And then the North Node in Pisces, he's about to go into his nodal return soon. So all this stuff that's happening is like a part of his destiny, basically. Anything dealing with the eclipses is a part of your life purpose, your destiny. Doesn't mean you're all getting arrested if you're in your nodal return. Don't think like that. No, I'm talking about for him specifically. But yeah, and then it's not super close, but it is close enough to his North Node in Pisces. So it is still playing a part on this is a major part of his life purpose. This was not anything he could have avoided. It was fated. It was predestined. Moon opposite Pluto. Anything with Moon and Pluto is always a super, super significant phenomenon event. When you have Moon Pluto, like synastry with somebody, it's super significant. When there's something with a Moon Pluto in your life happening, an astrological event, hence this eclipse, that is a huge, huge transformation. Anything touching Pluto, something that could be completely flipped, turned upside down, basically. But again, keep in mind, it is about the degrees of which these things are happening more than anything. It's not just like if the sign is opposite, if the degrees are close, that's when you might see the most impact. So yeah, with the moon, like literally closely opposite his Pluto, that can bring a lot of emotional upheaval. That can bring major transformations, deaths, rebirths, things that are transforming on a very, very, very deep level for him, externally, internally, as well as obviously dirt is dug up and found and revealed, because Pluto does reveal anything that is hidden. So a lot of these things that were hidden is finally coming up, because this is the transit that, is hitting him so close to home. I also want to show you guys how literal astrology can be sometimes when it comes down to events happening, karma being dealt for like bad people. So this is R. Kelly's birth chart here. Okay, you can take a look at that. I'm going to show you guys the day he got arrested, like officially arrested, and what transits were happening and how it was super significant too. So this is the day he got arrested, which was February 22nd, 2019. Saturn was in Capricorn. Right here, you see Saturn in Capricorn at 17 degrees. 17 degrees. Look at where his sun is. Sun in Capricorn at 17 degrees. It was also close to his Mercury. That Sun-Saturn conjunction to the exact degree was extremely significant, extremely fated, showing that was something very karmic. And Saturn is all about karma. It's about restrictions. It's about boundaries, confinement. Okay? So that shows that there was something karmically going to happen on that day, no matter what. That is super, super, super significant. There was also some significance with where Chiron and Pisces was at this time, eventually conjuncting his Saturn. Very, very important. And yeah, there was a lot of other things conjuncting his Saturn that was going on at this time, but especially Chiron. So all that to say, man, these eclipses, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Do what you're supposed to do. You know, the bad guys, they get dealt with, okay? There's more to come with this story and other stories, you know, but the astrology does not lie. The astrology be astrology every single time. But I just wanted to show y'all a little breakdown of how literal astrology can be sometimes and what you can look out for in your own chart when you see that you have, you know, the astrological events maybe close to your planets. It's not to be just freaking out about, but it's just something to be aware of. Okay, so yeah, let me know what y'all think. Oh yeah, I also wanted to point out, I just noticed Pluto went back into Capricorn at 29 degrees. It's back in Capricorn, back exactly conjunct his Mars. Very significant, okay? Which means retrograde. Pluto retrograded back to Capricorn. Pluto said, we ain't done. You thought we was done? We got one more round. Square up. We got one more round. This is the final round. So that was also significant. I just wanted to put that back in there. Yeah, man.